Howdy, folks. Welcome to another Age of the Ring cast. We have a Gondor played by Old Nosey on beautiful Aelin Veren, fighting against a Rohan played by FlameOfTheWest. I do like Rohan quite a bit. I think Snowborn are one of my favorite units from their lineup. I don't know if we'll see them since Gondor doesn't really have monster units, but a man can dream after all. And while they're getting set up, we'll take a moment to just appreciate the beautiful... I guess it's from Athelion, is this region. The beautiful map of Aelin Veren. The little Dunedain encampment light here. With the little lily pads and everything. Ah, gorgeous. The little pillars from the foundation of this building long, long ago. Good stuff. Okay, so we do have a barracks start for Gondor. 3 farms into a barracks. We've got 3 farms, and then we've got a mill. So we are... I guess we are going to see quite a bit of peasant spam, considering we are going for... Yep, we got draft. And we got this set up for the buildings, so yes, we're going to see some peasants. Interesting he's not getting a pike at either one. Maybe trying to rush the enemy buildings. Now granted, if Nosey had gone for a stables instead of a double barracks, he could have, you know, done Trample City on these peasants. Even with draft, probably they wouldn't have held up too well against Penethgelen. So an interesting choice, like sort of just lucky for Flame that Nosey did not go calf start and went double barracks instead. And then also on Nosey's side, he's going double barracks. He wants those pikes out to creep. Also, if you're expecting Horsemen of the Mark, that's a good idea against Rohan in particular. So some good stuff here. But yeah, we're going peasants strong, peasants together strong here with our starting lineup. Nosey scouting for either going for the extra creep money or trying to scout out. And Flame also trying to send these peasants up here to attack this farm. Baiting the units away from the eco structures so he can attack those. Now, of course, Nosey has to choose whether he's going to, you know, who he's going to chase here. He's got peasants up here. He's got peasants down here. He's got another one here. So yeah, he's outnumbered. This is exactly how you want to do peasant spam. You want to force the opponent to choose where to defend, and then you have free reign at some other location. Now, I don't think the peasants will do well. I think this building's a little sturdier, so I would reckon it's not a good choice. Does not get this farm. Did get this one in the middle, but probably should retreat these peasants away from there. And we do have some more peasants and pikes fighting over here. We have the horn buff coming in, forcing the retreat from Flame. We've got no new tech, really. Oh, never mind. We've got the stables right there in the back. And no Horsemen of the Mark quite yet. Oh, no, there they are. Here we go. Horsemen of the Mark. But no archery range at the moment, so nothing really to even the odds against the sturdier swords of Minas Tirith, other than just sheer numbers and being able to run away. So, yes. I mean, look at this, like 3 different battalions, and one was fighting there too, so 4. And then all fighting these pikes and swords here. Nosey, I guess, trying to save the level 4 Pike Battalion and trying to protect this unit a little bit. But if the Horsemen of the Mark find it, I'm not sure they'll be able to provide cover with how battered that battalion is. That farm does go down, and those pikes are getting out of jail free. And these Linhir pikes, for reasons unknown to me, are allowing these swords to kill them. And then also for reasons unknown, those horsemen just attack those pikes face on. But, of course, you can't be everywhere at once when you're doing micro. This farm does go down. So we've got quite a few eco structures being destroyed here by Flame and Nosey. So, no, so far as I can see, no clear advantage here. Flame does have a slight eco advantage. But really putting on a good display of how the peasant spam should work. He's, you know, trying to cover the map here. However, Gondor is, it looks like, turning a corner. They are managing to get enough army presence on the field that they can beat back the peasants. They're now about even army-wise, as you can see. So that's not a good position for Rohan with this tech option, because you do want to be able to outnumber the opponent when you're going peasant spam. And we do have horse archers, though, so we do have a level 2 stables. That's the other thing is it's not like you're supposed to stick with peasant spam forever. You do kind of want to tech into something, whether you tech into Halatherians or you tech into level 2 stables, which is usually where people go, or you try to get Erkenbrand in the barracks. Like, one of those 3 things is what you want the cheap peasant spam to provide you cover for long enough to do. And this farm's definitely going down, as he does just preemptively delete it. Flame could try to... He is trying to kill that unit, and... Oh, don't go to the fort! No! Taking fort damage! Oh, bummer. That is a bummer. Oh, the Minas Tirith swords! Oh, my goodness. We do have Minas Tirith swords now, and we do have 2 groups of horse archers. I wonder how their charge attack can close the distance with... God, 50% armor and damage, jeez. I wonder how they can close the distance between them and the horse archers with that. And those peasants do get that farm. Probably should retake that signal fire just for good measure. Good. We have another group of 1, 2, 3 peasants coming in. No stables yet for Nosey, so no worries about pikes. That is one of Rohan's weaknesses. I mean, so if you're going to keep spamming peasants to do the eco-harass, I mean, Nosey could just build a stables and get 1 or 2 Penthgelen and put a stop to that pretty quickly. However, also, Rohan will have a hard time getting, sturdier pikes fielded because they've got to tech the barracks up to level 2 to do that. And it doesn't really match their other tech options, and great, now my mouse is broken. So, let's see if I can replace this mid-game and fix it. But anyway, we're stuck on this screen for a second. Sorry, everybody. We're now pausing for technical difficulties. Just enjoy the music for a second. Okay, hang on. That out. Yeah, I think the battery died, but mid-cast of all times, really. Okay. Just, unfunded streamer things. There we go, I fixed it. We didn't miss anything, I promise. I mean, I have no idea. I hope that's true. This farm is going down, it looks like. Didn't we just see it get killed? I guess that's how the game works, eh? You build a farm, and then it gets destroyed, and then you rebuild it again. The Rohirrim coming in. Such a great I mean, I think Rohan gets a lot of hate because of their weak, more or less weak early game. And the peasants did get a buff for to help them compensate for that. But really, again, if you're staying in the early game too long, in my opinion, you're not playing Rohan properly. Because the whole part of the advantage of the faction is this versatile early game, or versatile and very strong early game cav. You get the horse archers, you get Snowborn for the monsters and pikes, and you get Rohirrim, all at level 2. So and you get this enormous amount of crush from the Rohirrim warriors too. So it's just there's a lot going for it once you get past the peasants and spears. It can be hard to do that against, like, Misty, a faction with a very strong and spammy early game. Particularly with the range on the Poison Blades. But that was also nerfed, I think, probably quite rightly, although we'll see how the gameplay shows whether that was, good or not. And we do have the Dismounted Kingsguard, the Door Wardens here, which I also love that unit a lot. We're the Door Wardens of Meduseld, great voice line. And rebuild does come in for Flame to ensure that this survives. Going for the fire arrows, not necessarily going for the archers, but trying to get fire arrows. We do have the Trebuchet for Gondor, going for this triple eco setup here. Yikes, I think they might get this one. Oof, and those Rohirrim warriors, I think, did run into some Lin here. Interesting that Nosey's sticking with the Lin here and not going with Minas Tirith pikes, because they could give you a bit more revenge damage. However, I guess he might be thinking he wants wider coverage, so the cheaper Linhears would help with that. Just wants to cover these swords with more unit models. Because you can get more Linhear pikes per, they're cheaper, so you can get more of them more easily. So that is a trade-off to consider, I suppose. But yeah, the dismounted Kingsguard, frankly, they could all be on swords at the moment. Nosey still... Oh, well, we have one stables, finally. So maybe they can't be on swords forever, but... Interesting, interesting. You have this group here, which is going to take a beating. I don't think there are any pikes in there, but it's hard to tell when they're all clumped like that. Yeah, so just feeding Rohan's spellbook at the moment, unfortunately. I mean, it's 5 to 14 here. Rohan's got, now has tier 3 available. Probably could use the weather spell pretty effectively in this instance. Does go with the eco instead. Okay, so we're getting last March of the Ents if we stick with the tier 4. And that could prove very bad for Nosey. I don't see the heavy armor on the fort, so we will see. And geez, this unit is pretty obnoxious.
Whoa, easy now.
I don't think I've heard that voice line before, or maybe I just haven't noticed it. That was Penth Galen, actually. No wonder I haven't heard it. I play Rohan all the time. Okay, so... And can we just acknowledge how sad it is these two kindred kingdoms are fighting each other right now? You hate to see Kin-strife here between the House of Aeorl and the House of Anarion.
Royal Guardsmen, here to shield the king.
So let's see, we do now have Minas Tirith pikes. No Boromir yet that I can see. And I also don't recall that we ever got Forlong, because no Axemen. Also no Erkenbrand, of course. Kind of not the tech option that Flame was pursuing. But we do have these pikes getting... Are these pikes losing to peasants with draft? Wow. That's kind of surprising to me. Wow. Jeez. So with drafted peasants, 1 versus 1 beat swords. With the farm leadership. I should add that the farm leadership, they get 10% damage and armor there. But they really clobbered those pikes. I think even without that leadership, they probably still would have won. That's kind of crazy. A 100, gold unit versus a 500 gold unit. That's the counter system for you. Damn. I have not seen that interaction before, and that was very cool to see. And Nosey very much on the back foot here. We've got, let's see, 300 out of 750. 12 points in the bank. We've got 10 out of... Sorry, we've got 750 out of 1,000. And we've got 11 points in the bank for Rohan. We'll keep it on Nosey Cam so we can see what tier 2 he gets. The well is helping sustain him against these horse archers with fire arrows, but man, it's going to be hard to catch them. Minas Tirith Knight's on the way to help counter that. That's the I need the cav now button. But it's just going to be... I mean, this is exactly why Rohan's so hard to fight once they get past the early game. I mean, you get these almost impossible to catch, very powerful units that can then also trample. So, generally speaking, you're stuck with your pikes. Like toe-to-toe, your Knights of Minas Tirith are probably going to go... I've actually not tested that one. It's been a while since I tested that one. As I recall, the Knights do lose 1 versus 1 against the Rohirrim warriors. But I think they will be able to catch up to and fight the horse archers, or at least they'll be able to chase them around. So yeah, we are getting some unit models. Plus, the Western Winds would also be quite helpful against destroying this investment. We've got, let's see, 720 per unit, and then we've got the fire arrows. So, let's see, 720, and then it's 300, I think, for the fire arrows. So that's, 1,000 per unit model, per battalion. Not unit model, per battalion. And that's quite a lot of money if you can manage to kill all those units in one go. So Western Winds could be very helpful for Nosey in destroying these. Ooh, Horn of the Westfold, though, will provide them armor. Dang, okay. No, and the counter weather spell! Oh, man, poor Nosey. Ooh, that was very good. So the Horn of the Westfold gave him the armor. So I would have actually held on to it myself. But then also the weather saved the unit models. Yeah, okay. So that was very bad for Nosey, because he lost to the Tier 2, and he used the Captain's Horn. So granted, we had a Tier 3 and a Tier 1 versus a Tier 3 and a Tier 2, but I don't really... I think that's frankly worse for Nosey. I'm not sure how he's going to catch up to these guys anymore. It's just going to be too difficult to find them.
The might of Gondor wanes.
And Boromir on the back. We did not even see Boromir in there. He did get all but 2 of them. So the Gondorian engineering did help, but it was destroyed by this back line of dismounted Kingsguard with swords in hand and forged blades, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, things are going well for Rohan. They've got 1,000 CP, they've got the eco buff, they've got all their tech basically ready to go, except heavy armor. They don't have the level 3 stables. Haven't really needed to get Kingsguard yet. Sheesh. Oh no, this group is in trouble. Ooh. Oh my god. That was quite a waste. So must have been watching somewhere else. That was also kind of surprising. So the Linhier archers, 1 versus 1, kill the Rohirrim horse archers, even with the trample in the initial pass there. So, yeah. Horse archers are not made to take melee damage, so... And actually, the archers, I believe, if I remember, I didn't zoom in, but they do switch to their swords when they're in melee range. And we've got the Citadel Dol Amroth here. Hopefully we'll... And actually, if you pump out the Dol Amroth men-at-arms, they should be able to resist the trample. I think their level 2 ability lets them do that. I haven't played Gondor in a bit, so I'd have to double-check, but... this well has been putting in a lot of work for Nosey, too. Keeping his units alive here. And so we had Baragon on the field. He's now level 7. We still have Boromir somewhere, I think, but I don't see him. I think he went down. I think the Kingsguard earlier when they killed that trebuchet also killed him, perhaps. So I do not see. He's probably in here actually. Did we use Captain's Horn? No. So he's probably in this mess somewhere. There he is. Level 4. So did have Horn of Gondor. Is able to use that. 8 points in the bank for Gondor. 2 tier 3s. 17 points in the bank for Rohan. Could try to Fort Rush. Perfect spot to do it. Just plop it right back here. But we're still 8 points away, so we have to see some more combat first. Level 5 Kingsguard. And this ability has not been used, I don't think. So could try to pop that to slow the unit speed. No, it just does damage. Don't know why I thought it did speed. So that's interesting. Send every unit you have against this undefended building. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing.
Royal Guardsmen, here to shield the king.
And still no level 3 stables. I'm a little surprised. And also no horseman shields. Baragon putting in the work here. I think you want Faramir at this point. I mean, Faramir plus Rangers would have the range on the horse archers, and then you have a linear pike or two to protect them. That would be a lot of trouble for Flame. I think that the counter to horse archers would be something like archers plus pikes. The Minas Tirith, knights are good, but with the tier 2, the Kingsguard pikes here, oh god. We got Stormcrow ready. So I assume Flame is going to try his best to... Oh dear. Not Baragond. No. Not the favorite son of the White City. Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it. Baragond mugged by the peasants. Oh man, and the Kingsguard. Yikes. Oh god. Okay, so we got Stormcrow coming in. I'm not sure it'll get as much value as it could have gotten against... It's only like 4 battalions here. But he may be able to kill this. That would be a benefit. So, deleting that tier 3. Oh, he's mounting up! But poor Gimli will be left behind, unfortunately. Lore accurate. Did not like riding horseback, but also not moving Gandalf. He's just hanging out here. And Legolas, I guess, hitting the building with his bow or something. So not a great use of that tier 4. Aragorn is going in, but man, the timer's almost gone. Ugh. Do not like that use of the tier 4. I don't think he got as much value out of that as was possible. I think I would have gone last March and just tried to delete all this stuff. A pretty late marketplace also for Gondor. That could have made things very different. And Imrahil on horseback. Things are now turning Nosey's way, because that tier 4 being sort of wasted was a huge win for Gondor here. Horn of the Westfold coming in. Probably use the weather spell. Maybe not. Eagle Summon as the tier 4 pick for Nosey. Going for that, these back units here. Trying to finally delete these horse archers. Does the weather work on the Eagles? Come on, pop the weather so I can see if they get super speed. Come on. There we go. Okay, super speed Eagles. Holy God! New fear unlocked. Wow, that's crazy. That's fun. But it is a powerful 1-2 combo, you know, the Eagles plus the weather. Huh. Okay, so Gondor is sort of camped out in Rohan's base at the moment. Rohan, I don't see how Rohan claws back into this. I mean, they've used all their spellbook. They've got some horse archers in Kingsguard. They've got no heroes, basically. Imrahil's level 3. Oath of Eorl was used. But we'll see. I mean... I wouldn't put it past Flame to get back into it.
We are the door wardens.
We've now got 2 barracks here, and it might be worth pivoting to Erkenbrand here and just kind of putting out those Westfolders to push back against this Gondor line. So horse archers plus the Westfolders would be pretty good. And then you also have the door wardens sprinkled in already. Oh, and those guys. That level 5 peasant battalion is still there. I don't know what's going on here. These troops have been sort of stuck, it looks like. I think it's the formation has made it difficult for them. The level 3 farm going down is huge for Rohan. That's not what Rohan wanted right there. Let's see, 13 points in the bank. Oh, jeez. 16 points in the bank for Gondor. Quite a spellbook feat there with the Eagles. And that initial push down there. So Captain Sworn is coming in. We're going to do some more farm harass. Some farm harass going on up here. But yeah, Gondor still threatening Rohan's base. Not looking good for Flame at the moment. And yeah, we've got this whole group back here. 831 out of 1,000, 420 out of 500. Rohan's got to rebuild and fast. But they're sort of army... They're almost army capped at the moment, so... It probably would be worth it to upgrade the stables while you've got the money and your CP cap, so you can get some Kingsguard out and use their versatility, but... And then, let's see... Nosey Let's see what he's got. I mean, for his part... Oh, GG. I was going to say I would get Faramir, so you have the Athelians for the Horse Archers. But a very fun game. I think if Flame hadn't wasted that tier 4 and had gone with Last March instead, I wonder if he could have won that game. It's always tempting to go Stormcrow, though. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. And see you all next time.